Sharon finds Susan on the couch working on her laptop, the same way she left her last night. Susan tells Shears that she made some promises during her campaign and now she has to deliver. She sounds like she has a plan. She actually has a plan. She is yawning. Clearly, she is tired and didn't get any sleep. She is going to address the shortage of staff first by recruiting retired nurses, the ones who still have the strength to work on a temporary basis. She will also look into recruiting young nurses from nurses' colleges with no jobs. Shears tells her that she doesn't think hospitals are understaffed because people are not getting jobs. She thinks it's because they're not getting paid enough. Susan has a plan for that as well. Hoshi teases Vutshilo that he is acting like a girl. He tells him that he is trying to help. It's like he is cleaning, trying to distract himself from something. Hoshi asks him if he is okay. Now Vutshilo confesses he misses Zama. Zama invited him for drinks yesterday, but he turned her down because he promised to stay away from her. Looks like Hoshi has to teach Vutshilo everything about relationships. He tells him that Zama misses him. That's why she called him. The ritual can't go on without Lesedi because he is James' firstborn son. Itseng and Imani are worried that Lesedi will ask too many questions, and if they tell him that it's to bring his grandfather's spirit home, he will want to know more. How are they going to explain to him? James tells them that he can't know the truth, so they have to come up with something to lie to the boy to protect him from the truth. Susan tells Rendani that she was suggesting that for the funding, which they will use to pay the nurses, they should involve corporates, and if they can raise enough money, they can buy the medical utensils that are short in the hospitals. Rendani is impressed and tells Susan that she didn't sleep for a reason. Rendani suggests that they also approach pharmaceutical companies and also ask them to donate medication. She has always believed that pharmaceuticals and other corporates should work with the government. Rendani volunteers to make a few calls to a few clients that she worked with at MMC. Maybe they will be interested to donate. Imani and Itseng sit down for a chat with James's uncle. They tell him that they don't think his plan is going to work. Lesedi is not a toddler, and this is not death. He tells them that he thought they had all agreed that they can't lie to him. James walks in and they walk out. The ladies walk out of the room. James and his uncle leave to fetch Lesedi. Uncle tells James exactly the concerns Imani and Itseng had highlighted, but making them his own. James tells him that he will whisper into Lesedi's ears when he is sleeping. Exactly how they did it long ago. He doesn't want Lesedi to ask about his grandfather. Rendani makes a few calls. Susan walks in expecting good news, but Rendani tells her that she has spoken with a few people that she worked with at MMC, but none of them have made a commitment to donate. They are good people. They would have told her straight up if they had no intentions to donate. Susan prays that Rendani is right because if she doesn't fix the healthcare issue, she won't survive the motion of no confidence. They have to deliver so that the council will be under pressure to keep her. Azindini tells Borosi that they were too quick to judge Susan and Rendani. He just received calls from the clients he introduced to MMC. They are asking him if he can vouch for Susan and Rendani. Apparently, the municipal manager has been reaching out to raise funds to help with the plans to resuscitate the public health care. Vutshilo takes his phone to call Zama, but he is hesitant. He just stares at it. He hears a knock on the door. Wow, it's Zama. Vutshilo lets her in. He tells her that he was about to make a sandwich and offers her some as well. Zama offers to help him make the sandwiches. Vutshilo gets an apron for Zama. He puts it on her. Interesting. They're both blushing. You can tell they're crushing on each other. Vutshilo asks Zama if she missed him. She blushes and tells him that she did miss him. She turns around and faces him. This is music to Vutshilo's ears. James manages to bring Lesedi home. He is grumpy and very moody as usual. James tries to speak to him, but he ignores him and dashes upstairs. James shows his uncle what he has to deal with, expecting sympathy, but his uncle tells him that it's a bit sour when you are on the receiving end. He tells James that the boy takes after him. He takes after his father. Uncle begins to tell James some things about his father. Vutshilo and Zama are enjoying each other's company. Vutshilo tells her that he has really missed her over the past few days. He tried to get her out of his mind, but he couldn't. He promised to stay away from her, but he can't. He says this holding Zama's hands. Zama, I want you, he tells her. At this point, Vutshilo is prepared for anything, even if she doesn't talk to him afterwards. The truth is, he can't just be friends with her. He wants her. He likes her a lot, and he wants more. Zama also opens her heart and tells Vutshilo that he texted him many times and deleted the messages before she sent them, thinking that maybe calling would be better, but always stopped herself. Maybe she was under the impression that he was not ready for a relationship. Vutshilo's response with confidence that he is ready. He responded with so much confidence. He is very ready. He asks Zama to give him a chance. He won't disappoint her. He continues to beg her for a chance. Finally, Zama gives him just one chance. They both giggle, blushing at the same time. Wow, love is in the air, guys. God knows what Zama whispers to Vutshilo because his face lights up with a glow. Rendani still hasn't received any feedback from the people she spoke to earlier. The two ladies are getting worried now, but they remain hopeful. However, time is running out. As Windini walks into their office, he takes a seat and goes straight to the point. He tells them that he is aware that they are in need of donations. People have been asking him if he can vouch for them. He finds himself in a complicated situation since they made it clear that they didn't need his help. He asks them once again if they still want to maintain that they don't need his help. Susan responds, I would rather be fired than beg you for help, Azwindini. Rendani lashes at Susan. She is shocked to hear this kind of response from her. That settles it, says Azwindini. He says he's going to go and inform the people not to expect donations from him. Rendani tries to correct the situation, but Susan stops her. Azwindini tells Rendani to learn to listen to her boss. It will make her life very easy. Rendani interrogates Susan soon after Azwindini left. Susan tells her that they will get other donors, but Rendani left her job to work with her. If they get fired, where will she go? Susan is being selfish. What about the people they promised to improve health care services and everything they promised them? She tells Susan it's not about her. She must stop being selfish and fix this, or else. Rendani says this, storming out. James tells his family that he will tell Lesedi when he is sleeping. Uncle adds on and says Lesedi is as stubborn as his father. Susan visits the royal house. First, she apologizes for rocking up unannounced. She tells Azwindini that she is here to apologize for what she said earlier and asks if he is still able to help. That ship has sailed. The chief has already called the businessmen and told them he can't vouch for you, Borosi tells Susan. Susan tells them that she understands. She thanks them and walks out. James tells Imani that there was never a time where he thought he would share this part of his life with anyone, let alone his son. They agree to give it a try and see how it goes. James goes downstairs to check on Lesedi. He finds him sleeping. He sits next to him. Perfect time for James to tell him everything. James starts talking. He tells him everything about his father, about Lesedi's grandfather. Lesedi, after hearing this, stretches his arms trying to give him a hug. He actually gives him a very big hug. This is very sweet, guys. Thank you so much. This is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If it's your first time, remember to subscribe right now so that you don't miss any more episodes. Thank you so much, guys. For those who have subscribed already, remember to like this video. This will help me to post some more and more videos. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next one.